Hello, everybody. Happy Thursday. We're here on a Thursday, not a Wednesday. Surprise. Actually, I told you guys last week that we were changing it, so hopefully you remembered. If not, it was scheduled, so hopefully you saw that in the whatever they call it. All right, we're going to go live here on Instagram. Let me get this all set up and going, and then I have a fabulous guest to bring in that I'm so excited. She's back again. Because, guys, yeah. Okay, here we go. Fabulous. Oh, turn that down. Man, my volume was loud. Okay. Wait a minute. I clicked on YouTube. I did not click on Instagram. Oh, it is the day already, people. Here we go. Okay. I'm going to bring in our guest. We have Mallory today of Not a Krall Knits. Hi, Mallory.
Hi.
It is so great to have you. It's just been fun. We couldn't get Mallory into the right chat or into the right thing before because we changed the date. So I think the link changed. Now I can't get on Instagram. You know, it's always a thing. We were just talking. Why would anything ever be easy? Why? You know? But anyway, we're here. We're happy to be here with all of you. So as you join in, say hi, say hello, tell us where you're watching from, what you're working on. We are so excited to have you. And I am so excited to get to share this newness that we worked with Mallory on yet again. So if you don't remember, we had Mallory on maybe March. Was it March? I don't even remember.
We released it in February, but then maybe the live was in March. It was delayed a little bit.
Sometime earlier this year, okay?
Yeah.
And Mallory had done a beautiful color collection with us for our Wool of the Andes tweed that you guys sold out so fast. And so we are bringing it back. It is coming. It is on order. Hopefully it gets here by the end of this year, if not by the beginning of next year, but it is coming. So you guys can all have it. I love it. I should have brought my blanket up here. Although I told Mallory that I finished it. It's beautiful. I'm using it, but my ends are not all woven in. So as I use it, I'll like weave a couple more in. Eventually it'll get done. And she told me, well, it's wool. So eventually it'll just felt together. Why even bother? And I was like, good idea.
That's right. Just be gentle with it and it's all good.
Yeah. No, I'll eventually get them all in, but it's the least favorite part of a project, weaving in the ends.
Don't I know it?
Yeah, and you do a lot of blankets with a lot of colors.
I do. I wonder, I was speaking to someone about it recently and I was like, I wonder how many squares I do in a year and how many ends it equates to.
Yeah. You should start collecting them and see how big of a jar you need for 1 year.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
So colorful too.
Yeah.
That would be nice. Yeah. That's a good idea. I might just do that.
That'd be pretty cool. Anyway, that's another new project for you, right? But we're here today because Mallory has done it again. She has teamed up with us to make a beautiful color palette in our Swish DK. But it's not called Swish DK because, we had to be different. It's a new color collection. It is called Swish Tones, but it is still the DK version of Swish. It is just a beautiful coloring, hand paintedness of this yarn. We are so excited that we get to have this. And thank you, Mallory, for picking out these beautiful colors for us.
Thanks for letting me. It was so fun. Really, truly fun. It's the best part of it.
Yeah, let's go back and let's just talk about kind of how this all started. So if you know anything about Mallory, you know that she works with a lot of indie dyers, primarily Hue Loco, and makes a lot of baskets. Oh, Lord. Makes blankets off of their new color palettes that come out. And so, one of the things, at least for myself, is I've always loved the hand painted, the tonal, all of that kind of indie dyed yarn. But it's not always super affordable. And I'm not saying it's not worth it. It's a lot of work to do that and to put the colors together and everything else. But we started to say, well, what could we offer that is not going to be so intricate in colors, not so, putting a bunch of colors together, but to give us that tonal look that we all kind of love. And that's where Mallory came in. And she designed 9 gorgeous colors for us that we're going to show you today. You can get them on the website now. But before we do that, because I know people are going to quick go, let's flash them what the blanket looks like, because we also have a new blanket with a blanket kit.
I know. I really like this one.
So it
What's not
uses
to love?
all 9 of the colors plus the Swish DK bear to do all of the joining. And we have a link on our website for that bundle. But go check out the link from Mallory because that'll have her affiliate link in it, which gives her a nice little commission for every different blanket that you buy. But we are so excited to have this as a bundle, or you can buy them individually, whatever you like. And you know what, guys? If we can do it again and we can sell out all of these colors as fast as we did the wool of the Andes, this will be coming back long term. And maybe we can get Mallory to do some more colors for us.
Yeah, expanding the line would be so much fun because let
Yeah.
me tell you, 9 is very hard to choose.
Yeah, we did. This is a little bit of a smaller palette than what we do sometimes. The problem with this, and I shouldn't even say it's a problem, but the process with this is a little bit more time intensive because it's not just a solid color. And so when we went through this, we kind of settled, we were trying to get 10, we ended up settling on 9. And, we were kind of at the point where we don't not need, but we want to get this out to the people. Let's start with this. Let's get their feedback and then let's continue to expand it as we continue to love this color palette and this yarn. So I am so excited. One other thing before we show the colors is that this is exactly like Swish DK. So it is 100% fine superwash merino wool. It is a weight 3. The difference, other than the dyeing of it, is that this is 100 grams. Swish DK only comes
Yes.
in 50 grams. So you are getting double the amount of yardage in this hank as opposed to our regular Swish DK, but they can be used interchangeably and work together so that you can create a beautiful blanket like Mallory did. You can put any solid color you would want with the blanket for joining or whatever your project is. They will work beautifully together. But just a reminder, this is 100 grams and regular Swish DK that you're buying in the skein or in the ball is 50 grams. So just wanted to make sure we
Yeah, that's
covered
a
that.
good point. I completely forgot about that. That's
Yeah.
a good mention.
And
Yeah.
so what I love too about the colors that Mallory put together is some are a little bit more, I don't want to say muted, but they're more of a lighter pastel-y color. And some are really rich and vibrant. And oh my God, they're just so great. I'm so excited. I've been telling Mallory that I've had my hanks sitting here and they're like taunting me, but I can't like wind them up yet until we did the live to start on my blanket. So thank you for making it today. So now I can start on my blanket.
You're welcome.
Okay, so let's talk about the inspiration behind some of these colors. I'll kind of start holding them up if you want to talk about them individually or as a group, however you want to do it. But here are some of the colors. I'll show you all 9 so you can see. Um, there is a question over here on Instagram. How can I make the screen larger? Unfortunately, on Instagram, it doesn't let us go like one on top of each other. So we're side to side. If you want to see it larger, I suggest going over to YouTube or Facebook because you'll be able to change the orientation of your device and then you'll be able to see us a little bit bigger. That's the best I can do, but Instagram is just a little bit hard, but we do stream over there just so everybody can see it. Chris says Mallory has such an eye for color combos. 1,000%. I always love what she's putting together. It's great.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's start here. The 2 that I'm holding right now, this lighter one is called Bellflower, and this one here is called Abyss. So we have Bellflower and Abyss. Both are in the blue family. This one's a little bit more tealy blue, and this one is a little bit more of just a lighter blue that we've got going on.
Yeah. No inspiration, really. I just picked colors that I loved. So back when I did, I know, sorry. When we did the Wool of the Andes tweed and expanded that one, I had a theme for that, and it was
Right.
very much based on that theme. Going with this one, I just chose colors that I love and I put them together. And when we were choosing the tonality of the colorways, when we were getting the batches that were coming in, I went with the more solid, saturated colors and then the more it's a little more variegated between like
Mhm.
the lighter end of the spectrum, and that was it. I just tried
Yeah.
to balance within the collection, and I just chose colors that made my heart sing. So
Do
that's
you have
it.
your swatches with you?
I have no.
No. Okay, can you hold up the blanket then maybe? Show us, like, what these 2 kind of look like when they're worked up, because it does look different than what it looks like in the skein.
That is true. That is true. So
Well, I'm gonna pull
this
you up
is
big so
abyss. I know
closely.
I'm so tiny on here too. So
There we go.
that's abyss. If I hold my hand behind it, there you go.
Yeah,
So
I
yeah,
love it.
that's abyss as an astrid square. Let's see if I can pull it up as a solid Aurelia square. So you can
Yes.
definitely see the lighter blues and then the
Yep.
darker teals in this colorway.
Yeah. So this
It's
blanket
much
is
more
using
saturated
2
color.
different squares that are then all joined together. So you'll see a mix and match of both of the squares for each of the different colors.
So that's bellflower
Yep.
as an astrid. So much more white and it's on the
Mhm.
lighter end. So you got a little more tonality in that one. And then as an Aurelia solid square.
I mean, I love these for
Beautiful.
blankets, but I also think they're really gonna be amazing for accessories and even garments, depending on what you're doing. These are gonna be phenomenal, and it just really gives you that hand-dyed look to it
Yes,
without
beautiful.
necessarily paying the hand-dyed price of it. I mean, our mills are still working hard to get all of the hand-dyedness to it, but they have a different process that allows it to be more unique or more uniform than what you're going to get with an indie dyer. Again, we are not trying to knock indie dyers. We love indie dyers and are amazed at the work that they can do. But we also want to give people that price point in between. Like, get started here, learn how to use these beautiful dye techniques and these beautiful colors, and you can continue to expand what you're working on. This is just your little jumping point as you go in your journey from basically getting like 100% acrylic to like a blend to now you've got your wool and kind of continuing that journey. So we love it and we're so glad we get to be part of it.
Yeah, and something I want to mention too is like this hasn't been done before. You definitely have those different variegated colorways within We Crochet and Knit Picks, but I personally wanted something that looks good as a granny square.
Mhm.
So I worked up sunbursts for all of them, and spoiler, the sunburst looks amazing. Of course, I
Yeah.
took apart all of those swatches, but and tucked them away into my scrap bin, which was silly. So
You know.
anyways, next time maybe we'll have those swatches available. But it
Yeah.
does look lovely as a sunburst. And that was really like
Mhm.
when we were deciding on the colorways and the different um tonal variegation of it, that was important for me. I wanted it to be
Yeah.
pretty as a square.
Yeah, and they all look fabulous. It's so amazing. Maybe we can take a look at this. The lighter one is called Rose Gold here, and the little bit darker of a pink is called Sierra. So we have the 2 different pinks as well.
Hmm. So that's rose gold as an astrid, and then rose gold as the solid. So much more white in this one. And then with the darker color, with Sierra, then you get that
Mhm.
really beautiful,
Yeah, I love it.
the solid one. And they look beautiful together. So that's
Yes.
something else. Sierra and rose gold really complement each other if you want to do a project with them together.
Yeah. So those are kind of the ones that we have that are very similar color family type, but we've got a lot of other colors that are really awesome. This is probably
Mhm.
one of my favorites, the Bordeaux color, which is this beautiful purple. Oh my gosh, it is gorgeous. It's really going to go great with like colors like this that you could do really darks to them. I mean, but it's also going to look really great with some of these lighter colors that are going to give that really big contrast when you're working them up if you don't want to do all of the colors
It
together.
looks really good with mossy too, the green one.
Is that this one? Hold on, I gotta double check. I don't know all the names yet.
Yes, the lime green.
Yeah, so this one here, the green one is called Mossy. And so it's like a limey green with a little bit of yellowy to it. It's amazing. All of these are so, so great.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, you're gonna
I
hold up the squares. Let me pull you bigger again.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're
So
good.
that's as the Astrid square, really pretty, and then as your solid square, pretty.
Yeah, I love it. I think it's so beautiful. So in Mallory's project that you're seeing there, she used one of the next colors that I'm going to show you, which is called Rough Waters for her border. And I'm doing mine a little different. I'm going with the purple for my
Oh,
border. So I'm really excited.
if I had to put money down, I would have said that that's what you would have done.
So yeah, so the square she's showing there is Rough Waters here. I forgot these two kind of really go well together as like a tonal
Yes,
pairing. And this one is Sagebrush. So those two are really great in the same similar family that if you want to
beautiful.
go a little bit more tonal, you can. But again, on their own, really great colors, and you can kind of really mix and match in here. Oh,
Yeah,
that
so
looks
that was Rough
awesome.
Waters. Figured it
So
would be a good time.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's so many different ways that you can put together these colors. And we have one more color yet, which this is also one of my favorites. It's so sunny and so just happy. And I don't know. What was the inspiration behind bringing this one in? Because it's different from all the
Sunshine.
other colors.
Okay, so whenever I do collections or a blanket together, then I try to do all of your complementary colors. I don't like things that are too similar and matchy matchy. So I try to have basically a rainbow. So you have a spectrum of colors and then they can all be like the same tone or the same vibe. But
Mhm.
then I always pick one color that's like out of left field.
Yeah.
And that would be the yellow.
Yeah.
But I did like it as like sunshine. So if it's like a
Mhm.
beachy kind of theme, then I thought, it still goes with a theme per
Yeah.
se, but it's kind of out of left field. It's
Yeah.
a little bit different than the rest, but
Yeah.
it
I
is
love it. It's
just
so happy.
joy. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? When I did the giveaway, yeah, this one was very, very popular
Yeah.
as people's favorite pick. They said it really
Awesome.
stood out. So, or stood out, I should say.
Yeah, yeah. No, I love it too. It's so happy. I know we were talking about this too, that there are some of these like pastel colors, like the rough waters there that have the
This
like
is
lighter white
sagebrush.
to it. Oh, that one's sagebrush.
Yeah,
So we have a lot of those and we're like, oh, but we're going into fall. It's getting like heavier and darker. And
yeah,
I'm like, yeah, but this is gonna make me so happy to work on it and have these beautiful, like bright colors, these saturated colors, these muted colors. I'm going to be happy working on this all through the winter. Um,
absolutely.
so I'm super excited to have this as my next blanket and put it together. Let's talk about the joining that you did for this pattern. So you did each of the squares and then you do a round of the bear around it.
Yep.
Is it a join as you go or is it a seaming at the end type of project, how you've
It's
written it?
a continuous join as you go. So you're working the squares continuously in a line while you're putting that round, and then you come back along the bottom and just keep going and building the blanket from there. If that's a little more advanced or something you don't want to try, then you can always just work another round of
Mhm.
solid granny or solid double crochet stitches, and then you could use a what is called a zigzag slip stitch, and then
Mhm.
that gives that same raised braided effect.
Yeah.
So it'll
Yeah.
probably require more yarn and then you have more ends to sew in if you choose to do it that way. But
Right.
an
Right.
option.
So let's also talk about the blanket in the yardage amounts. And so again, there is a kit available that you can just go ahead and purchase it. It will give you everything you need to make a version like Mallory's.
Yep.
If you're like me and need to be difficult and you are going to pick your own color for your border, what you'll need is one of every color plus a second one of whatever your border color is. So
Yes.
you can go ahead and mix and match this however you want, but the pattern is written to use one of every color of the 9 colors plus an extra for that border round. And then you will need, what did we say, 5 of the cream or
Yes.
bear? But please read the notes
Yes.
because designers put in roughly about a 10% increase for yardage so that you don't run out. And
Mhm.
Mallory still did that, but it's going to be tight, especially if your gauge is not right. And we know with blankets, people tend not to care about gauge and they just kind of go. But if your gauge is a little bit bigger, you might have trouble with the cream color, the bear. So you may want to grab an extra one of those if you want, but you'll be fine with all of these colors as you go along. So just a little note, make sure you're checking your gauge as you're
Yeah.
working the project.
So the squares, there was quite a bit of yarn left over, so you shouldn't be that tight on the quantities for the squares. But for the joining, it was very tight. I had 9 grams left over at the end, which is just a teeny tiny little ball. So definitely make sure that your joining gauge, which is listed on the first page of the pattern, is the same. So I list the gauge for each of the squares. Please note that they are slightly different. The Astrid square is just a little bit tinier than the Aurelia square, and that's okay. Um, so as long as your squares are within an inch of each other, then you'll be fine. They're not going to make your blanket lopsided or wonky looking.
Yeah.
And then that's unblocked. So I just make my square and then measure it for the gauge. And then with the joining, same thing. So as I start joining it, then I measure my gauge on that. And then it's consistent throughout the whole blanket.
Yeah, I love it. I can't say enough how excited I am to get started on this project. I hope everybody goes and grabs the whole blanket bundle so that you guys can all make your blankets too. I think it's going to be fabulous. I also think it'd be really cool if they're getting just the single skeins and then picking a different color other than the bear to do the joining. That would be really awesome to see. I know you showed the pillow where it was all one color. You could do that for your blanket as
Mhm.
well. There's just so many different options of what you could do. And again, we know that the price point of this is a little higher than regular Swish DK, but that's again because this is 100 grams versus the 50 grams. But you can mix and match. You could pick maybe the two colors here that are the greens, or get the two pinks and then put some solid colors with it too if you don't want it all to be this tonal look. There's so many different ways that you can make this beautiful blanket and figure out what colors work for you.
Yeah, so obviously when I made my blanket, I wanted to show off the whole collection. If I were to do it again, I think I would choose one color. With one color, it looks really pretty. It really shows off the differences in the squares and gives more of a patchwork
Right.
look to it. Another option would be to choose those two colors that really complement each other, like the Sierra, the rose gold, or sagebrush and rough waters, and
Yeah.
then do, all your Astrid squares in Sierra and then all of your
Right.
Aurelia squares in the rose gold.
Yeah.
That would be really pretty too and would really show off the patchwork effect of the pattern
Right.
itself. So
Right. I
yeah, there's
love
lots
it.
of different ways you can go with this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I do want to call out too, because I know a lot of your followers, the reason they follow you is because of your beautiful blankets, that we do have some of her other patterns available on our website in kits. And we're bringing in two more very soon. The special edition versions of the Island Time that are using our Mighty Stitch Bulky are soon going to be available. And the cool thing about those is it's a autumn version and a holiday version. So we're making some really great color choices there, and you'll be able to grab those too. The Huga blanket, or yeah, right, that we
Yep.
just did with the Wool of the Andes tweed colors is available. You can get that on our website as well, as long as that picket fence stays in stock. Okay, so it's like a running joke here that as soon as we put Mallory's pattern on our website as a bundle, we like cannot keep Wool of the Andes picket fence in stock. Like it just keeps selling out between her blankets and being a great neutral that everybody loves.
Yeah,
So it's just funny, but it's available
just the
now.
way it
So go
is.
grab it. But yes, so again, these are a limited time run for these colors. Again, as long as you guys are loving them and we sell out, we're going to be bringing them back in, and that gives me even more reason to say, hey, we need to work with Mallory on some more colors for when it launches again. I would be more than happy and excited to do that. I hope Mallory would too. Yeah,
It
putting you on
would.
the
It would be
spot right
so
now.
nice to add in some neutrals
Yeah,
and just oh yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah. So we're super excited. We hope you guys are excited too. I know Mallory just talked about a giveaway. She recently ran a giveaway last week that you would be able to win. We are going to be running a giveaway. It should be starting today or tomorrow. I will find out, but it will be on Instagram that you'll be able to find all that information. And both of the giveaways were for a complete set. So one of each color of the new yarns. And so we'll be posting that very soon on our Instagram. So you can go ahead and enter in that, and one lucky winner will be able to have the full collection as one of the first people. You can also go ahead, it's available on the site now, so you can go ahead and purchase your yarn and get started. And yeah, we're just so excited. Yeah. So anyway, I think that was everything. Did we miss anything about the yarn?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think
I
so.
don't know. It's just really great, and you need to try it out, and you need to make something with it. No.
Yes. Well, I
And I should say
it's
too, the cardigan that I'm wearing, this was our Swish Pops that we had done.
oh
So
yeah.
you can see the big difference between the way Swish Pops was dyed and then the way Mallory squares are turning out. So it's not going to be these like bold color pops that are in there. This is definitely a more tonal look to it. You're sticking within that color. You're just making it a little lighter, a little darker as it runs that scale
Yeah.
for these beautiful, beautiful colors.
Yeah, subtle. We were going for subtle.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. But yet they still make such like a statement, especially
Mhm.
when you're putting them all together in the blanket. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
awesome. I don't see any questions about the yarn or the pattern, so that's great. I mean, yeah, it's pretty self-explanatory. If you know Swish DK, you know what this is and how it's going to feel and how it's going to work. It's just a really beautiful color option that you can now add into your toolbox when you're picking out a color to use for
Yeah.
DK yarns.
Yep. It's one of my go-to yarns. It's a
Yes.
good one.
It's a great one, especially for, your winter makes and hats and things like that that you want to have warm but not overly warm. They're just really great. I love it.
It is. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for working with us on this color palette and putting together the beautiful blanket and helping us launch this. We're so excited. I hope everybody's excited about it as well. And we can't wait to hear what you're making with it. So please tag us, tag Mallory if you're posting on social media so that we can see it and see what is inspiring you. Thanks so much for joining us today, everybody. And we will be back next week. Not on Thursday. We'll be back on Wednesday. I almost said same time, same place, but that would be
Yeah.
wrong. We'll be
No.
here on Wednesday at 12:30 to do some more chatting. So thanks, Mallory.
Thank you.
Have a great day, everyone.
You too.